Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Thank you for tuning in for our preseason XFL quarterback rankings. Originally, I was doing way too early because I started this about 3 weeks ago, but with the season a couple days away, I guess it's just preseason rankings, right? So, who we have? Another guy coming in. His spot got moved up a little bit, and it is Ben DiNucci from the Seattle Sea Dragons. Now, this is DiNucci's first opportunity in alt football, as eventually he was a seventh round pick from James Madison. Spent some time at Pitt, but now he went to James Madison. Got drafted in the seventh round in that COVID shortened 2020 year. So coming out of James Madison, this young man had a bunch of accolades for all conference, first team All American, Player of the Year for his conference, the CAAA, and eventually he's come across some pretty decent talent with his time between Pitt and his time with the Dallas Cowboys. He was originally a backup to Nathan Peterman, then was the backup to Max Brown before finding his way to to James Madison. So he's got a decent amount of experience. 27 starts at Division One AA or FCS, 6 starts at Pitt. He's thrown almost over 800 passes in his college career, and then 43 passes in the NFL. He started one game the COVID year, and it was a battle between him and Cooper Rush. And he eventually got the opportunity. Didn't really do too much. Had a couple memeable memeable experiences, but his 2019 year at James Madison was probably one of his best years since coming in. Now, the reason why I have DiNucci so high on this list is one, his coaching staff with June Jones. It's going to be a very dynamic experience for because June Jones is who found PJ Walker. Had the courage to start him over Connor Cook in 2020, and then made PJ Walker into a viable NFL player. Also, if you look at his stats coming from his experience in 2020 to 2021 in the preseason in 2022, he has gotten better at each opportunity he's played. He's thrown 93 passes in the preseason for over 500 yards, 7 games, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks. But his last showing in the preseason was definitely an improvement from the year before. Now, granted, he lost that QB3 job to Will Greer, had a couple NFL workouts before being assigned to the Sea Dragons. Between him, Steven Montez, who's number 11, and Brian Lewerke, who was a spring league and New York Giants guy and had a cup of tea with the Patriots. Now, while I think a lot of people would have loved to see DiNucci stay with Dallas, as he's got his little brand there and everything like that, his hats, upside down, like kind of arc that says Dallas on it. I do think DiNucci is in a great place to succeed going forward. With that being said, he does have some weapons around him. Josh Gordon, someone I want you guys to know is Charlie Teamapu. He's a tight end, kind of a tweener back as well, but he's also going to be a dynamic pass catching tight end. Now, between him, McCarron, and Brett Hundley, they're the only quarterbacks that look to be the week one starter that have started NFL games. So that's what prompts him up into that top four for me. Coupled with that, with June Jones, and I do think Steven Montez and his kind of gadget offensive, Taysom Hill esque type body, I think that's going to help him out as well. Now, with DiNucci coming in, he's got a lot to prove. He's still pretty young. I think he's like 25, 26 years old. This is another guy that could be a one and done guy, but he's a Division One guy with a lot of experience in college. Like a couple of these guys that become closer to the list. He's improved in every year, and with a quarterback guru like June Jones, I expect him to continue to improve and surprise a lot of people. So once again, Ben DiNucci coming in at 4. Most recently, Brett Hundley at 5. Thank you guys, and we're going to continue going down.